What's up, you guys? It's Marquinos here. Um, so, I recently wanted to do this challenge on Stake. Not the stake.com, stake.us, since I live in the US and there's like certain restrictions the US imposed based on gambling. Um, for me, though, this challenge doesn't involve depositing any money. So, in turn, I won't be losing any money because the money that I have on stake is not my money, it's from stakes, if that makes sense. So the challenge is based on the what was it based on? It was based on a YouTuber that, well, he started the challenge already, but I was also very interested in the challenge that he's doing, and it's called the $1 to $1 million challenge. And so, what this challenge is basically every day you have a current balance, and your goal is to try to get a net profit of 1% of the current balance. There's also a stop loss that you will have like a minimum limit in which you can't go lower than that. And for this, I'm going to be using 4% of that current balance. So let's say, for example, my current balance is $100. So in that day, on that specific day, I need to get $1. And also, the stop loss will be $4. So I cannot lose more than $4, which means I can't go below $96, if that makes sense. And so that's going to be every day. And if I manage to get more than my net profit goal, so in this case $1 from $100, so if I manage to get more than $101, then that means I can continue onward and try to go for 2%, right? So now I will have to get 2% of that $101. And then now the stop loss will be the $101, right? So I can't go below that profit that I earned, right? If I manage to win more and more, then it goes to 3%, then 4%, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera, with the stop loss, going up more as I increment that percentage, right? If I eventually I'll reach the stop loss. So once I reach the stop loss, then we take it to the next day. And in the next day, I try to get 1% of that current balance. Again, the same, and then the cycle continues from there. So I've recently started this challenge a few days ago. And I'm going to show you exactly what I have right now. So let me show this real quick. Give me one sec. So yeah, if you guys don't know, Stake is a online sweepstakes casino where it's like a social casino where you can interact with people online, I guess. There's like a bunch of people, they're doing their own thing. I don't really use it that much, but basically you play these games here. Uh, these are games where you can bet a certain amount, and if you win, then you get a certain multiplier and you earn money from it. But if you lose money from it. So the games are not really games. They're like, oh shit, if I mess up, if I lose money, I'm screwed, right? So these games are not really fun. You got dice, you got blackjack, and all these other games here. And so yeah, I've recently started the challenge, and I managed to get to $54.58. I will tell you a little bit more of my backstory on how I got there because it's a crazy one. Um, Not really crazy if you have a lot of money, but for me at least, it's been a wild ride, I guess. So yeah, Stake. I've been using Stake just to see if I can get money. Um, Now, the money I earn or the money I have there is not really my money. It's stakes money, which means I've never deposited any money. I don't ever want to deposit money because I don't endorse gambling. I'm only doing this just as a challenge for myself. You know, I'm not gonna be depositing any money. I'm only gonna be withdrawing money when I reach certain milestones along that road for the challenge. So yeah, and also there's stake cash, there's gold coins. The gold coins don't contribute towards making real money, only the stake cash does. Um, so yeah, that's what I've been using. This is like I guess the only website that I use for betting stuff and trying to get money or lose money. But based on the challenge, my goal for that is to minimize losses and hopefully over time I earn money and reach certain milestones where I can withdraw money. And once I withdraw that money, I've earned that money and I'm never putting that money towards gambling again, if that makes sense. So in the end, I won't be losing money. I'll be winning. I'll be winning the money as long as I reach those milestones or just don't win at all, but I don't lose anything, if that makes sense. So yeah, that's what I've been using. Enough of that. Let's talk. I'm going to talk about my backstory about this. Uh, so what happened? I'm going to show you. So I have an Excel sheet right here. I'll show you this right now. So right here, I think it's kind of hard to see. Oops, hold on a sec. I'm gonna shrink this camera window down so that way you can see everything. Okay, so basically, I've been making this Excel sheet which has all the current balances, the progression of the money I've won, the money I've lost, the coins I've won, the coins I've lost. Everything, all of it is logged in this Excel sheet, right? Um, Over here, you have the. I made like my own tier list here, which has like the tracker of everything. Oh, by the way, one more thing. So on stake, when you first sign in or whatever, like when you sign up for stake, and you put in I think a code that allows you to get certain, uh, I guess a certain prestige for this, like offers basically. When you first sign up, you get a welcome bonus, and that welcome bonus is usually $25 and then 250,000 coins. They also provide you with another bonus where if you log on every 24 hours, you get a $1 bonus and 10,000 coin bonus. So you can check it here on your wallet, and then there's a daily bonus that you can claim. I already claimed my bonus, but this daily bonus is something that I had to account for this challenge based on this, and that will help me progress through the challenge in the beginning stages of it. But over time, as I continue on with the challenge, it's going to get more tricky because that 1% will start to build up. And eventually, this $1 that I earn each day, the value of it starts to decline over time. But right now, this is helping me a lot at the beginning stages of this challenge. So yeah, just keep that in mind. I had to keep that in mind when making the calculation on the Excel sheet. So based on that, I get that. And then also, I'm going to tell you about this, but before that, I'm going to show you the tier list. So yeah, you can see you start at $1, you get 1% of that, so 1 cent. Then you get another dollar from the daily bonus, and then you have to try to get 2 cents. That's why it's $2.03. And it keeps going like that. This is just the standard plan on getting from $1 to 1 million. So you start from wood and you go all the way to $100. That's my main goal, is to get to $100 so that way I can withdraw $35. And once I've earned that $35, hey, guess what? I've won, because most people when they gamble, they just go all out, They're like, oh man, I can win big. And then they end up losing everything. You know, remember, 99% of gamblers, they end up quitting before they win big. And most of the time, they lose everything, right? They don't get any profit. They lose a certain amount of money. Not me, man. I'm doing this whole thing free to play, and I'm gonna make sure that the money I withdraw is the money I keep with me forever. Well, not forever, but the money I keep is mine and will never be used to gamble with it ever again, if that makes sense. So at the end of the day, if I reach this, I'm gonna be in profit, if that makes sense. So yeah, 1 through 100, that's the wood league. And then as you can see, the stone league, now it goes from 100 to 300. And then copper, and then iron, bronze, silver. So you can see, look at this, like 4,000. Now the goal to get from this to this is around $40. You have to get a profit of $40, which means your stop loss becomes $160. So you can see how this challenge starts to get more intense as that 1% gets, starts to climb up higher and higher and higher, becomes more valuable. But at the same time, that daily bonus that you get for $1 starts to lose value. And if you lose on a specific day, you're going to be set back a little bit, like a lot more than if you were to be set back at the initial stages of this challenge, right? So yeah, you can see how it starts to rack up pretty quickly. Gold, platinum, look at this, freaking 20,000, sapphire, emerald, ruby, diamond, oh my gosh, obsidian, and then there it is, $1 million. That's the final stage. Now getting to $1 million sounds unrealistic and not feasible, but I think over time that 1% is going to rack up. And if I can get more wins than losses, I know that is like, bro, you're going to lose over the long run. And most of the time, and that's true. In gambling, you're going to lose over the long run. The house always wins over the long run. But this whole challenge is so that way I set it up so that I try to minimize these losses. On days in which for example, on days where I lose and the next day I win, I try to climb up then to 2%, 3%, and that will be, like, it'll start to be very high for the profit. And so I have to try to get to that, and if I manage to get it, then I'll be able to climb back up towards where I left off or where I initially lost that money. I'm back to where I started, right? So that's what I'm trying to do. That's what this whole challenge is for. So yeah, it's gonna take a while. Like I checked the time it takes to get to this point, and if you manage to win without losing, so like you stay on track, you do the 1% every day, you don't lose anything, you just win, then the time it takes to reach $1 million is supposed to take 925 days. So that's like around 2 years and a half. It's like, what the fuck, man? Why are you doing this? I'm doing this because, I don't know. I just feel like, I don't know, it's just like money on the side. It's just something, like a leisure activity, I'm not going to be gambling 24/7. Not like that, bro. I'm not going to be like I'm depositing money like that. No, this whole thing is free to play, dude. Free to play. I'm not losing money. All this money is from stake. So I'm just going to be trying to get to certain milestones where I can withdraw that money and earn money. So that's that. All right. So I'm going to talk about my backstory. Accumulation of profit. This doesn't matter. So, okay. So as you can see here, I started with $1, right? But at the beginning, when I first started on stake, I didn't do the challenge. I just did whatever bet amount I wanted or whatever I wanted to stop at. So initially, I got that welcome offer, and then I just try to build up $1 from the daily bonuses, and then I try, okay, let's try betting. Let's try betting and trying to get, $1 profit. I managed to do it. I got $3. I kept going, try to get $3 profit, then $5 profit, $6.86 profit. And then you get to this day. Oh my gosh. Let me explain. So, on this day, I had $49. My goal was to get to $70. And now that I think about it, I feel like that is very tough because the balance that you have is very low. And so trying to get $20 profit from 49 is ridiculous. You know, it was doable, but it was very hard, right? And I remember I was down like $3 to $4, and I was like, oh my gosh, man, I'm gonna hop on Keno. Keno is like another stake game. Fucking hate Keno. I don't know why. Anyway, so I tried to get the profit from there, and I remember I was on a huge losing streak. I think like 3 to 4 losses, and I was like, there is no way I lost this many times in a row. You know what? I'm going to apply the martingale strategy and double it up. Doubled it up, lost. Doubled it up again, lost. No, that's crazy. Double it up, I'm getting it right now, lost. That's it. $15 bet, all in. Loss. I lost everything on Keno. That $49 gone. And I knew at that point, I was very depressed that day. I was like, whatever, right? I'm never playing on stake again. They did that to me. I'm never playing on it again. And so I stopped. A couple of days later, after that, Stake sent me an email. And this email was another offer. I think it's like a monthly bonus or something, but that's crazy because I'm not a VIP, right? And so they send me this email and it's like, oh, we miss you. You haven't been active lately. Here's another $25 for you. And I was like, huh, okay. Giving me a little bit of life there, right? And so from there, I used that $25. I try to make the goal very small this time. Well, not really, but because it's $32, I tried to get to $32, right? In this case, this right here. And I managed to get it. And so in total, over those days, I was down $16.80. But at that time where I lost everything, I lost $49, guys. This is not accurate, but at the time I was so infuriated that I didn't want to log that loss, basically. So yeah, that got me back into doing this whole thing and eventually pursuing this challenge that I wanted to do. Because why not? It was something where it was kind of strategic in a way where the losses that you might incur are very low and the bet sizes that you make are a lot more realistic than I made before, right? And so yeah, here's where I continued on with the challenge. So I started with $32 and then I started the challenge from there. And so you can see I've been making a good amount of profit following the whole challenge rules and all that stuff, right? Here it was, I came back to Keno for revenge. And I remember, well, on this day, I wasn't following the stop loss because I made an $8 bet and I ended up winning. I ended up winning a 4 times multiplier. Let me show you guys. I ended up winning a 4 times multiplier, which is $32. It may not seem that much, but for me, it was definitely an exciting day for me. So you can see right here, I was down a lot, like $8. So I did an $8 bet and I managed to get a profit of $14.05. That looks like 15 something, but I managed to win it, got 5 gems, and there's that bet amount that I did. So yeah, like I could have lost everything again, but I feel like if I had just gotten that revenge, I wanted to get revenge so badly on Keno. And now and by the way, guys, this channel name, Mark Keno's, is based on the Keno thing that just happened. So yeah, now you know why the name is called Marquino's. So yeah, and from there I managed to get back to where I was when I first lost the money. So that was crazy. And then from there, I got these wins, and yeah. Uh, Yesterday, I had to try to get 54 cents, or no, 53 cents. Managed to get it. Try to go for more through 2%. I got it, and then I ended up not being able to get the 3%. So now we're on this day. I'm gonna be continuing the challenge tomorrow, not today because I have a lot of things to do today, and I've done my session already. So tomorrow I will make another video for that, right? There's also gold coins here. I don't really know why I did this. Like, I haven't been logging anything. This is not accurate, but the thing with gold coins is like I only use that just so I can try to climb up the VIP rank. Um, but there was a day where I had like 400,000 coins and I ended up losing everything on dice because I was at a very huge losing streak, which was crazy. Like, I can show you another Excel sheet where this is like a martingale calculator, and it was crazy because at that time I was doing $1 bets, and every time I lose, I would multiply this by 400%, so it would become $5, $25, $125. But that's very rare because I also calculated the probability based on this. You got to be good at math, right? You got to know this probability stuff if you want to gamble responsibly, you know what I mean? So, and it sucked because I unfortunately lost 8 times in a row, and that probability of me losing was 0.001526%. Percent. Not in decimals, percent. This is all in percent, bro. Which was crazy, man. It was so crazy at that time. Man, sorry about that. There's a freaking car right there. Anyway, um, yeah, man, it was a really unfortunate day. I wanted to try to build up the gold coins so that way I could get to like 4 million coins. And then I would try to the 98 dice strategy where you can try to climb up that VIP rank. But I think at this point it's better to just save up the gold coins. It's going to take a while to get there, but whatever, man. I'm not going to try to do that. Maybe I applied the same strategy, like the same challenge towards the gold coins, but we'll see. So yeah, that's what I've been doing throughout this whole thing. Um, what else should I say? I think that's pretty much it. So yeah, starting now, I'm gonna be making these video logs and upload them to YouTube, just to have them. If you guys want to watch and see my progress over time, see my reactions to my wins or my losses based on what I get. Yeah, it's gonna. I think it'll be fun. If you guys want to watch, that's cool. Uh, but yeah, that's it for this video. And I will see you guys tomorrow to continue with the challenge and try to get the next profit goal. All right. So I'll see you guys later. Take care.